Looks like I am recording. I'm hitting at just under, if I raise my voice, it's going to be just over neg 18.
Yo, you're good. The target is around -15, so up to neg 10.
I'm hitting
down to
between,
20.
honestly, I'm hitting between neg 18 and neg 30. So do I need to?
Now if you're hitting in between neg 18 and neg 12, you're good. If not, then push it up a little.
All right. And is that the bottom one or the top one?
Should be. Well, either way. I mean, one's gain, which makes it loud, pick up more of the room. The other one's just volume.
Now let's try volume. Check test 1 2. Check test 1 2. Check test 1 2. Check test 1 2. All right, bring it back a little bit. Check test 1 2. Hey.
Okay.
Now if I talk loud like this, then I'm going to peg it.
Well, you don't ever want to really go past neg 6.
Hey.
And remember, the lower it is, we can still pump it up easily. The louder it is, we can't do anything about.
Okay, so maybe I need to. Hey. Now when I do hey, that's between neg 18 and neg 6.
Okay.
And right now I'm talking right at 18.
So you're in the sweet spot.
All right, we'll leave it there.
Okay.
Then we will leave it there.
I'm going to turn off my air conditioner. Hold on. All right. So, are we ready to do 3, 2, 1, blah, blah, blah?
Yes, yes, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, mark.
Blah, blah, blah.
All right. So I've got the notes up. We've got the broadcast recording. Hello on YouTube, if you're catching us there. I need to turn that down. I just got a ping on my phone. So
Is there anybody there? Is there anybody in there?
No, not right now. And they should be, because that would be cool. Because, let me unlock this real quick. There's apparently a new feature on the Google Hangout that your audience who's watching live can applaud. They can highlight their favorite moments by hitting the little clap. Literally, it's 2 hands there to clap. So that's cool. All right, I've got 9:59 on the clock.
Yeah, let me get my thingy thing ready to go. Wink. All right, you say when, we'll go.
All right, here comes. So it's gonna be marker.
Yeah.
Time music. All right, marker. Time. Music.
This is Armored and Mon.
And I am Charles McFall. We are all about bigger, badder, better, more.
Bigger, badder, better, more. We're here to help others be awesome.
And you've landed on the comedic motivational show, Success Freaks.
Welcome everyone to the #1 Use Your Words comedic motivational show, otherwise known as Success Freaks. Today's working title is episode 166, Say What You Want. And today we're coming at you semi-live from Rosemill, Minnesota, and the Bears Den of Monticello, Georgia, and that chuckling guy deep in the Bears Den, the dark side of positive, Charles McFall.
So, you're talking about say what you want, and sometimes we talk about Freudian slips. I think you had a Freudian slip there, Moroseville. What are you down about, Morton? How can we help you?
Moroseville. Maybe because I'm not saying what I want. I don't know. Maybe it's because of this new hairdo I'm sporting. You have not said word one. We've come on to the video. You haven't said I got my hair in a faux hawk, and I was just like, okay. Let me play with this today. Surely Charles will give me grief for it or make some comment. I didn't detect a flicker, a smirk, nothing.
I'm waiting for you to finish your costume. Where's your Borderlands 2 crazy mask that goes with the haircut? I'm just saying.
That's right.
You're one of the bandits. I just thought you weren't fully dressed. That's all. I didn't want to pick on you. Maybe you weren't ready yet.
Yeah.
For those of you listening on the radio, though, AM 1450, Gastonia, North Carolina, and other stations out there. Of course, SuccessFreaks.com. You can get the podcast, as many of you do, and we love you for it. You can check out YouTube.com. Actually, I think the easiest thing to do is go to SuccessFreaks.com/YouTube. And these videos, we do record this in front of a live internet audience, and it's on Google Plus, which is under Success Freaks on Google Plus, and of course on our YouTube channel. You can find us there. We'll be posting links into our page. So we record on Tuesday morning, so no set time, so just stay tuned. So if you're listening on the radio, you're going, what are they talking about haircuts for? It's because we can see each other, and you can see us too if you go over to YouTube and check that out. We have something else new going on, don't we?
We do indeed. We do indeed. It's something that you brought to our attention because you're using it on your other podcast. What's the name of that podcast?
From the Helicarrier.
Dun, dun, dun. So why don't you tell our listeners about this new thing that we're doing?
This is an awesome, awesome way for you to help us out, for us to build a better community, for us to connect easily. It's called Patreon.com, Patreon, Patreon.com, and it allows you to pledge money like most people who want to be patrons of the art. So they'll go to support artists in an art gallery. They'll go to support music in schools, those kind of things. It's about creating art, creating things that help people. And Patreon has been an amazing site for me on my other show where we were able to build a huge community around the game that we play. And it helps us do better shows. It helps you guys or those listening on that show get better at what they do. And that's what we want to do here. We want to help you get better at what you do. We have rewards that we're giving people. We have special access to Success Freaks that we're rewarding there on Patreon.com. So just go to SuccessFreaks.com. Actually, we didn't do a /Patreon, did we?
No, it's Patreon.com/Success Freaks.
Success Freaks, and it'll be on our Facebook page as well. The beauty of it is we have suggestions of levels. These are levels we'd like to see. These are the rewards you get. However, if you just want to help out, you just want to be a part of what we do and say thank you and help us do more for more people, you get to control that. You know, there's a $1 level that we suggest, and you go, okay, I can do $1, but I can only do maybe $3 this month or maybe $1 this month. Patreon lets you say, I'm only going to do this one time, and it's good, and it's awesome. We don't see it. We don't judge you. We don't sit and go, really? Really, Mornit? You're only going to help us out one time? But no, we don't do that. We would never do that. We would just say thank you because it's awesome. So this is your way of getting in. You have all the control. If you need to change things, you change them on the fly. It pulls out at the end of the month. And right now we're just doing it per episode. So you're looking at 4 to 5 times a month of whatever your pledge is. That'll be built up to the end of the month. So if it's at the $1 level, you're talking about $4 a month. How easy is that? It's awesome. I love it. The people who've used it for my other show love it, and we love you for it.
Right. They also get to just by contributing the first $1, they become part of a super secret Ninja Success Freaks group that we're going to be populating, and you get to talk to us.
It's there. We're ready to go. We're ready for you to come hang out with us in the Hoba Hideaway.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's get into the show. Boom. So,
carry on, sir.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and this is actually, I think it's two-party relayed. So I was talking to a friend of mine who was talking about a friend of hers, and her friend is in a relationship, and she's having, she wants her boyfriend to be able to do more, to be a little bit more loving, to take care of certain things around the house, to do certain things, and we could do a whole show on, guys, you need to step up. And we actually should do a whole show on that at some point. We will. But right now we're talking about use your words. Say what you want. When my friend asked her, well, have you told him this? She goes, no, but he should just know.
Oh,
ladies, that seems to be a running theme. And not just with women. I'm not going to throw this all on women. Men do too. Well, my girlfriend, she should just know that. My wife, she should just know that. No, if there's something you want, something that you need, that is getting more and more and more to be a deal breaker, and you're not saying anything, that's not fair. It's not fair to her, and guess what, boys and girls, it's not fair to you, because on some level you're denying yourself this. You don't think yourself as worthy of gaining this from your most intimate. You have to ask yourself why there.
I'm going to flip a coin on that. I'm not disagreeing with it. It's not the dark side. I'm going to flip, yeah, here's a coin. Bing, psh, right in the face. All right, so that's the end of the sound effects portion of our show. But no, the flip side is not just you don't feel worthy. Sometimes the way we're raised, the way society says, the way we think is I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to. And something I had that attitude, my wife had that attitude, and something we actually sat down and said was, why do we have this attitude? If we really want this relationship to work, why would we ever say I shouldn't have to? Why wouldn't we say, well, I'm going to try? And we changed our words there. And I have found there are times like today. Today we started the show later because my wife was focused on getting some stuff done for the kids, which interrupted my computer time to get ready for the show. Here's the thing. I didn't get mad about it. We discussed it. I was like, we got to find a better way because this isn't cool. But she wasn't doing it to slight me. She wasn't even thinking along the lines of everything that goes on in the house right now. She was thinking, hey, I really want to make this work. This is something new for me. I'm going to push harder and try to get this done. So we don't think along those lines. There's times when she goes, I wish you would wash some dishes. And I'm thinking, I just worked for 10 hours dealing with people. I'm exhausted. And I didn't see the pile of dishes because I'm not thinking about dirty dishes. I literally just want a Coke and a sandwich, and I sat down on the couch. That's all I did. So we have to make efforts to use our words because we don't think about other people all the time. They don't think about us all the time.
Right, and you have to be careful that you don't slide into this passive-aggressive, well, I'm giving them hints. Well, they should know because I'm doing this. Instead of just coming out and saying, hey, this is what I want, this is what I need. You're in a relationship together, and if you want this thing to work out, whether it's a business relationship, a friendship, your family, whatever it is, look, if you're something that you need in your life, you need to use your words. You need to say what you want. Now, and you can say it in a nice way. I like the analogy in was it Roadside with Patrick Swayze? What's the name of that movie?
Roadhouse.
Ask them to leave, but be nice. Do this, but be nice. And if they get really aggressive, escort them out, but be nice. So if you're telling your person what you want...
So if you're telling your wife what you want, you escort her out if she doesn't do it. Is that what we're saying?
But that's not what we're saying, but we are asking you to be nice.
That's right. And you can be nice. And we're going to, obviously, this is just setting the tone for the show. We're going to get into how to use your words, how to say what you want, get what you want in life. But you can check us out over at successfreaks.com. And we have all of the archives, everything we've recorded. We're on 165. So if you're just tuning in now, you've missed a lot of stuff. Check us out over on successfreaks.com. Of course, we're going to hit on Patreon a lot today because it's our new baby. We want you to be excited about it like we're excited about it. So check that out there. We're going to be right back with more. And I'm going to say that I want more awesome listeners. Right next.
Nice.
Impressive.
Yeah.
I know. Forget every time.
Stop it. Stop it. Reset. Reset. All right. Turn down.
8. Did you stand? Oh.
Finish blowing your nose. Lovely. Lovely.
Man, I've got to change my freaking... The other week, I had a bad thunderstorm while I was doing a show, and I think it popped my power supply. Not the board power supply, but like the thing I have it plugged into, because now I hear line noise. I need to really change the plug. I'm not going to do that right now. So 8:59 on the clock. What do we have on the notes?
It's discussion. And this is where we're going to get into also, don't say what you don't want, say what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Hold on a second. I hear them printing something.
Line 4. Yeah. Is this sounding much better than it was before?
Yeah. You're on my side without me adjusting anything. You're hitting where you should be hitting for the my recording, if I had to use my recording.
Right. Right.
Okay, that's done. All right, we'll do marker time, and you'll take us... Maybe it's not done. Joys of doing school at home. I'm going to, when we do move, I think I'll put the printer somewhere not in my studio.
Printer? Oh, it's printing.
Yeah.
You're right. I have this big blank wall behind me. I should have something behind me.
Or have a great graphic artist edit our videos and put cool stuff behind you. Like, what would be so awesome is if we could find somebody talented enough to do like those whiteboard drawings, but they're all around you as we're doing the show. They're just illustrating what we're doing. It'd be fun.
That would be awesome.
I don't even know if the technology exists for that.
I'm sure it does. I mean, with enough money, you can pay for that.
All right, we'll do marker time and we'll go.
Yep.
Marker time.
Welcome back to Success Freaks number 166. Not 165 as you were earlier told, but 166.
Oh.
The episode is Say What You Want. And today we're talking about using your words to express what you need in a relationship, in a life. Don't be so passive aggressive about it. Don't be so, well, you know, they should really know what I want, and I've left hints around, and you know what? Part of the relationship, the major part of the relationship, is communication. At the very least, this is going to bring about communication. If you are so insecure in your relationship, especially in your most intimate, that you're not free to communicate, if you don't feel so free to communicate with your loved one what you want or need while being nice, then you may need to work on that relation. Then you definitely need to talk.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. It's a blind side. I mean, because people just don't pay attention to other people, even in relationships. And you can be blindsided of, you know, I've tried to tell you a million ways, and the guy's like, I've never heard you say. Why didn't you just say, I want to go out for coffee? Now, we're not getting into the issues of you literally say, take me out, take me dancing, or as a guy you say, you know, I just want a Coke and a sandwich right now just to chill out. You know, if you say something over and over again, we're not talking on that issue. We're literally addressing the people who just won't say what they want. Well, I shouldn't have to. Well, why not? Do you really want it or do you not want it? Because if you really want it, you ask for it. My wife always says, and this has to do with her saving money and deals, but it really does apply to life. It never hurts to ask. You know, we went through a stressful time. I'll make this quick so Morton has a lot to say. We went through a very stressful time in our marriage where we were both on the same schedule. When we married for the first 2 years of marriage, we were on different schedules. So I could do my stuff, she could do her stuff, and when we were together. Then we get on the same schedule. And now I'm trying to figure out how to play my PlayStation and how to do my games. She's trying to figure out when she wants to clean her house and when she wants to go out shopping with her mom. And we were conflicting so bad. And finally one day I just went, hey, I'd really like to have a couple hours just to play my PlayStation tonight, just to chill out, if that's okay. And she's like, yeah, you know what? I'd really like to go out with my mom tonight, so this is perfect. And it took away all this massive tension and fighting just by going, and just saying, is that okay? And figure it out. But it perfectly was. We both wanted different things, and it was fine. Just ask.
Right. And here's the other thing, that some of these people have the gall to be upset and mad at their partner. That's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair if I do it. It's not fair if you do it. It's not fair if Charles does it. And you know, maybe. And here's another thing that's not fair. Shut up! I just hit the microphone. What do you want, Charles? I want you to not hit the microphone anymore. You know, maybe it needs to bubble up to the point where you're just like, okay, now I'm ready to talk about this because I can't. I've stands all I can. I can't stands no more. But that's not fair. If you can do it from the beginning, where hey, you know what? I got an itch about this. Let's have a conversation. If you can do it before you're pissed off, then you really have communication going on. Then it's not just, all right, I've gotten to the point where I'm so angry with you, I need to say this. That's not going to work in your relationship. It's not going to work well. It works better if you're able to, if you have such an open line of communication where you're able to talk to each other and say, hey, this is what I want. Then the other person can express, well, you know what, that doesn't work for me because this is what I want. Oh, you're not really pissed off yet, so you're able to talk about it. You want to get to that point. And just being passive aggressive is not going to work. Believe me, I've tried. It does not work. It does not work. So you might
I like this new method. I like this new method I've tried of aggressive. You know? But that's the thing. If you're thinking it, you're focusing on it, and you can say what you don't want all day long, and you can have these stupid thoughts in your head. And I got to tell you, what worked for me was saying the stupid things, causing huge fights, and going through years of therapy and working things out to finally get to where we could talk. That's what worked for me. I'm not suggesting it for you at home necessarily, but there was one thing that really did work that I did along these lines. I've always watched a lot of TV. I've always consumed a lot of media, and the running joke on sitcoms is, and even in comedians, is if you ask a woman, a woman's going, and you're like, is there anything wrong? No. I'm fine, or whatever the joke is, right? It's I'm fine. The words are I'm fine, but it's not. I determined at some point early on that's not cool. That's not communication. I want to talk to somebody. And so my wife did that like once or twice early on in our marriage. Like, are you fine? Nah, I say, is something wrong? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. I'm fine. I'm like, fine. I'm going to take you at your word, and I'm not going to care until you tell me that there's a problem. And I said that. It took like twice doing that, and when she finally went, okay, there's this problem.
Hey, guys are like that. Guys,
Yeah.
guys, look, if the boat isn't rocking, I don't want to mess with it. I don't want, because then if there's not a problem and I bring something up, there's gonna be a problem because, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. It's like, okay, I'd rather just we'll make sure is it gonna get better? It's gonna get better. While people with a more feminine, that's a more masculine nature. People, and I'm not gonna say man versus woman. People who are more feminine nature will get right up in your grill and go, what's this? Let's talk about this. Da, 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 da. And you know what? You kind of need that. You really need to work things out like that. Here's something that happened with Charles and I recently. As you know, or as those of you watching can see, or maybe you can't, I don't care. I have a new setup. I've gone back to my official microphone. I've got my soundboard here. It's a much better sound. Well, for the longest time, Charles has let me use this little piddly thing, microphone that actually works pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And as an untrained sound guy, I'm like, that's fine. I can't tell the difference, but Charles could. Eventually, he got to the point where, dude, if we're really stepping up to do stuff for radio, you need to do this. Now, here's the thing with me. Once he said that, I was like, oh, okay, here's how you handle me, Charles. Appeal to my vanity. I actually told him, this is how you get me to do that. And, because, I'm being lazy. A lot, though, it's good enough. I can't hear the difference. You can. So if you really want this to work for me, this is how you tell me. So that I'll do it. Because I do want the show to be better. That ultimately I do want to do that. But you have to appeal to that.
So what
How did that work out for you?
Still working on it.
But I will change my hair just to, because I need to.
I don't care about your hair, man. That's the thing. It's like you can look the way you want. It's that to me. So here's something else that we've talked about on the show before is what others think of you is none of your business, and that plays into say what you want. Because if you wanted me to comment on it, you'd be like, hey, what do you think about my hair? And I don't know what I would have said. But, for the most part, you look the way you look, I look the way I look. We both say, if sometimes, and this is how men work too, and even though we both educated ourselves to be able to do it to other men, even with women, you don't necessarily just go, hey, you look great today. You did something with your hair. That's the other age-old comedy thing of some woman comes, anything different? You got fat? I mean, what do you want me to say? Don't leave that door open. I'm just saying. I would never say that to my wife. I might say it to Morty. No, I wouldn't say it to Morty either. But you say, hey, I did my hair. What do you think? And then be prepared for an answer. But I've also, on the flip side, I've trained myself that I want my wife to feel better about herself, about anything. So if she's having a good day, I'll tell her she looks great. If she's having a bad day, I'll tell her she looks great or that she's doing something great. I try to comment, and that's where we come up with our own words. So, what I think of Mortis here is none of his business. But if he really wants me to compliment, he go, hey, what do you think? And actually, it looks fine. It looks great. I thought you did it for your stage show. It's not something I would recommend every day in your life, but you seem happy with it. If you're happy, I'm happy. What do we know? You know what else I'm happy? I'm happy over on SuccessFreaks.com and on Twitter at @success_freaks on Twitter. And actually, we need to tweak that a little bit. I don't think we're as active as we want to be over there. So if you start bombarding us on Twitter, we'll get more active. So go check us out.
Tell us somewhere else so that we know.
We'll be right back. All right. 9:59.
What is
We have way too much to say on this topic. We got to be more specific with the topics because we have way too much to say on.
I think that's great. It's much better than us going. I hated the days of me going, I don't know what to say, and I'm just going to sit here. Now it's more like, I got something to say. Come on, let's go.
That was like years ago. I'm glad you like the feeling.
Yeah.
I think we still could tool it down a little bit because I feel like I'm taking over too much because I got so many different ideas and things to say and directions to go.
Yeah, and there comes a point where I watch you and I'm like, okay, he's close enough to whatever you want to call it. It's time for us to cut off. That he's just going to keep talking now. So what I need to do is I need to learn to be able to take us out so I can just jump in and go, okay, I'm taking us out. Blah, 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 blah.
Do that.
Yeah.
All right. Uh-huh.
Do we want to start with the question and then get back to the other stuff again?
Yeah, the question, actually, I think we'll play right into it. Hello, Rock Girl.
Hello, Rock Girl.
And she'll probably just type in the chat, and that's fine, too.
That's fine.
That's preferred, actually.
There she is.
There you go. So the question is, what is the right job for me? And here's his in-depth question here. I'll be more than happy to read it.
Yep.
But I think we could take the aspect of saying what you want. What do you really want? You know, finding a job and working there for a long time, if that's handing out your French fries at McDonald's, not that there's anything wrong with that, but you're not talking about moving up, blah, 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 blah. So I think we could totally play words here and tie it in however we want.
Okay. The heck was that? What's that?
It sound like on your end, maybe.
Yeah, I know, but that's not a noise that I'm used to.
Me either. So I don't know.
I
Marker and time. I'm not doing it right. I'm just setting up. We're about ready for marker and time.
I'm looking to see. Maybe it's applause.
I don't know how we'd see that, to be honest with you. And for those of you watching on YouTube, if we haven't edited this, if we have, you won't get this part. But if you haven't, you get the raw and real behind-the-scenes cut of our recording. So there you go.
All right, let's do this.
All right. Here comes. I'm gonna do marker, and then I'm gonna do time. So
Wait for it. My phone is taking forever. What? Come on. Why? Okay, go ahead.
Time.
Welcome back to Success Freaks. Today we are talking about saying what you want, not just waiting for things to happen to you, but actually going to your most intimate person, your friends, your family, and actually using your words and saying what you want. But now we are at the section of the close of the show where we have a question. Charles, what is our question for this week?
I don't know. Do we have one?
You're a funny man. You're a funny man. I will say what I want. I want us to have a question. I want my partner to have a better sense of comedic timing, and I want him to come up with funnier jokes. That's what I want.
See, my comedic timing is whatever makes me laugh. That's my timing, and that made me laugh a lot. What is the right job for me is a question we have today. I want to get a full-time job where I can make good money and work there for a long time. I'm 21 years old, and I have not been to college and don't plan to go. I'm not great around people. I'm not really social. I really don't know what job I should look for. Can someone give me a suggestion? I'm planning to move into a house too and pay for it on my own when I get a job. Wow, there's a lot here, dude. So let's slow your roll this back a second. I don't know why I whistled. That sounded horrible, and I swear to all the listeners in the world, I will never do that again. Until next time. So we're talking about say what you want. Did he even say what he wanted, or she? I can't remember if it was a guy or a girl here. But did they say what they wanted in this post?
Yeah, they absolutely did in the beginning. I want to get a full-time job. I want to get a full-time job where I can make good money and work there for a long time. Okay.
What does that mean?
That means they went, well, yeah, but then they go on and start saying, here's how I want it. I'm 21 years old. I don't plan to go to college. I'm not great around people. I'm not really social.
Nope.
I really don't know what job I should look for.
Nope.
Can someone give me suggestions? Well, first of all,
I'm cutting off my nose for a reason, by the way.
Despite your, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what, it doesn't sound like you really want to work. My advice is to find something that you really love doing. You've told us what you don't like doing. Fine. Find what you really love doing and create a job for yourself. Go into business for yourself. If you don't want to work with other people, then you're not going to want to work for other people unless you're living in Antarctic and you're there for 6 months at a shot. You don't have to be surrounded. Or be a writer. There you go. But that's not a job. That's a career.
Be a lighthouse operator.
Yeah, exactly. So there are jobs out there where you will be all by myself. I don't want to sing anymore. Anyways, there are jobs out there for that. And maybe like I said, I don't know if you can write, but maybe you're writing for something where you don't have to be around people. Maybe it is data entry where you're in a building with other people, but you're in your own cubicle. You're not talking to people. My advice though is find out what it is you do want to do, and then create that job. Because my friend, you are setting yourself up to fail with all these other strictures that you don't.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Morton and I wanted to speak on. You have to avoid saying what you don't want because that's all you're focusing on. And try it with a kid. Try a kid and say, don't eat that cookie. and all of a sudden they eat the cookie. Well, you said something about eating a cookie. I don't know. You know, that works with adults too. That works with the universe. Is I have to listen half the time, and Mordant will say something, my wife will say something, and like, so we're going to eat that cookie. He's like, no, I said we're not eating that. Okay, well, don't say cookie because I'm not listening. I heard cookie and my ears perked up. Now I'm hungry. You know, here's what went wrong in this question. I'm not going to college. I'm not great around people. I'm not so. What are you? What are you? What do you want? Because this is crap. I can say all day long, I'm not a woman. I'm not Superman. Who cares? What am I? What do I want to do? You know, you can't start looking until you know what you want. You could, Morning, you've bought a truck before. Did you go looking for cars that you didn't want, or did you go looking for what you wanted because you knew what you needed partially?
Well, I don't want it to have this. I don't want it to have this. I don't want it to have this. Well, you know what? I don't want it to have those the handles where you have to roll down the window. Well, what do you want? Well, I want power windows. Oh, okay, that's how they list it. Okay. I don't want it where I have a complete roof overhead. Really, what do you want? Well, I want it where the sunroof. That's what you want. That's how they list it. So that's what you're going to have to do. The other thing I'm going to say, and we're being kind of snotty to this person. I apologize, but I'm using my words. I just want to throw in one of the things you've given us a lot of clues here. You're 21 years old, so you're very young. It may not feel like it, but you are very young. And I've not been to college. I don't plan to go. I'm not great around people. I'm not really social. Okay. You're 21 years old. Learn to be. Evolve. Learn to be great around people. It's a skill. It's a social skill. I'm not really social. Learn to love it. Learn not to hit your microphone anymore. All these things.
You can't learn not to do something.
Grow in it. Grow in being that. You know, that's a suggestion. These things that you're like, well, I'm not really this. Well, in the workforce, if you really want to have a great life or have a great time of it, you're going to have to learn to be social. Otherwise, it's just going to be suck for you. So come on, evolve. You know,
go play the game.
More fun, less suck.
And learn to be specific. I mean, God, what is good money for you? When I was 21, $20,000 a year was good money for me, but that's not going to get me into a house. And stop lying to yourself. You use the words, I'm planning to move into a house. No, you're not. You're not planning. You have an idea. And learn to distinguish between ideas and plans, because ideas are great. I've had all kind of ideas in my life, very few plans. So you got to be more careful with, not more careful with your words, but you have to actually get down to it. Now, if this person would have contact us directly, we would ask these questions, wouldn't we, Morton? Okay, what are you good at? What do you want? And if you came to us and said, well, I don't, no, because you can't not learn to do something. You can't not be something. You know, try Google. Try to Google something that's not. I don't want a job. You know what you're going to get? You're going to get job searches pop up because Google can't search for a not. You know.
I think it would be funny if this person got a job at a college for student admissions.
I didn't say no all the time.
Well, no, because suddenly they're going to college, they're around people, and they have to be really social. So
that's
and the bottom line is, if this is upsetting any of our listeners, if we seem a little cavalier, if you've heard our show before, you know that life should be fun. You're responsible for your own life experience. Your own life experiments. In fact, you're responsible for your own happiness. And if you're setting yourself up to fail in that way, you know, then you need to evolve. You need to grow. Now, maybe this person's just like, you know, I just don't like it. It's not fun for me. Okay, well then you can find jobs where you don't have to be around people. You can find jobs where you don't have to be social. It may be more of a career. Like I said, being a writer. There was the book, or the movie, As Good as It Gets, where Jack Nicholson played Melvin Udall, the reclusive and somewhat mental writer. Very, very popular. Very, very successful. However, his own life was not that great. But it's up to you what you're going to do with that. So there are ways you can do this with these strictures. I think that if you want to be more and you want to have more in life, you're going to have to find a way to be more social, because that's part of who we are as people. It's an inner thing where we want to belong to the tribe. So.
sell your crazy somewhere else because we're all full up here. My favorite line from that movie. Yeah, it was, anyway, I love Jack Nicholson. So, absolutely, this is a good idea of what most people ask questions about. It's just this broad, no definition. Tell me what to do, because that's kind of the feeling I get from it. Tell me what to do. And from my own experience, it kind of feels like they just want to coast through life. Oh, I want a good job with good money. Honestly, I don't believe there's any such thing anymore. I think we're in a new world now, especially at 21. You're in a whole new world. There's no such thing as a job with good money. You go and you work a job, and you figure out what you like and what you don't like, and then you work another job. And you figure out what you don't like and you do like, and then eventually you make a career out of what you're doing, either by creating your own work or by really finding a place to fit and moving up the ranks in wherever you are working. But you have to try things. You have to get out there and try new experiences and get there. And one last thing to our listeners at home or in the car or wherever you are listening to us, if you find yourself getting angry at some of what we're saying here, maybe that's a little flag that says you're not asking the right questions. Because that's how I do it. When I get angry at things, it's because I'm not dealing with that in my life right now. I just want to throw out that suggestion because you like us. You know we're not being mean to you or to this person. So just think, why am I angry? Because McFall dropped his voice 3 octaves for some reason. Don't know why. Check us out on successfreaks.com/Facebook, where we put. Okay, that's enough Batman. But check us out on Facebook. We're on there. We post some great Cookie Monster photos sometimes and other affirmations as they come along. We'll be right back.
No,
I actually have my mic and everything tweaked. I did a lot of tweaks too to my soundboard after doing that webinar. And so now I can actually do things like that and still hear myself. Awesome. All right, 10:59. Angie's laughing. I think she's laughing at the singing part. I'm not sure. Hey, Ange, there is, if you're watching through YouTube, no, you're on Google itself. You're probably seeing the same exact screen we are. On the event part of Google, if you're watching it as a presentation, it says 1 viewer, so maybe somebody else is watching this. There's a little thing that looks like hands clapping. I'd love to see somebody click that to see how it pops up and lets us know that somebody's applauding a moment. Because if we can really play with that and understand how it works, then we can really promote coming out live and that kind of thing. That'd be fun. All right, level up. Oh my goodness. Level up. All right. Do you have level up, sir?
Sorry, I'm looking at something else. Obviously not. Yeah, communicate. I think that's the we'll get more into what we were talking about, and also take it into be careful for asking what you don't want, because we really didn't get into that as much.
Sure.
But I think communication is the theme for the show. So let's bring it back and we can talk about that. I don't have an ambiance. Do you have anything weird?
Oh yeah.
You do? Oh, nice. Nice. I'm excited. Wow.
Wait till we get there.
How do you do that now? Wow.
A little bit. Yeah, because you can see how it affects the sound waves.
I'm not looking at that. Are you kidding me? Whatever.
You got a booger.
I don't have a booger.
No, you don't. I was just messing with you. Ready for marker?
All right. Welcome back to Success Freaks. No, I'm not ready. No, does it look like I'm ready? Now I'm ready.
Yes, it does. Marker time.
Welcome back to Success Freaks. This is the level up section. We are actually having a great time. We're actually having a great time. Not like every time. Oh, finally. Finally a topic that we can laugh at.
3 years and we're finally talking to each other.
Dun, dun, dun. Anyways, we've been talking about say what you want. And the theme of this show seems to be communication. You know, if there's something that you need in life and you have people that you deal with on a day-to-day basis and they're not doing that, you need to be able to communicate with it. One of the books that we brought up before is The 5 Love Languages. And it talks about, you know, how people have a different primary love language. Some is words of affirmation. You know, saying nice things to me, saying nice things about me, to my face. Another is gifts. Another is acts of service, taking out the garbage, cooking dinner, you know, mowing the lawn, doing the dishes, yo, not hitting the microphone, different things like that. And if you find that you're not getting your specific one, for a lot of people, it's physical touch, and it's not the same as sex, although sex is in there, but physical touch, but also quality time. If you find that you're not getting your love language met, maybe your partner's is a different love language or something like that, then you're not going to feel loved. You're going to feel a lack of love, in fact, and you need to express that. And be nice. If you attack them about it, they're gonna be like, where is this coming from? Who's the crazy person I'm dealing with? You need to be nice about it. You need to express, this is what I need so that I feel love. Well, listen, I'm working hard to put a roof over your head. Yeah, but I need you to spend time with me. I get that, and I appreciate that. That's acts of service, and I get that that's your love language. Mine is quality time. Spend time with me. But you're not going to get this, boys and girls, unless you talk to your partner. Communicate what you want. Not, hey, you don't do this. Hey, you're not doing this. That's telling them what you don't want. Tell them what you do want. That's different.
Yeah.
Believe me, it comes from a different place.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I thought you were keep on preaching. I'm like, I'll pass an offering plate, man. Go. One of the hardest level ups I ever went through was when my wife and I learned this, and we learned the hard way to phrase things of, I feel this way, and you still will feel blame at first. But, okay, let me talk about where you came from. We came from, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing that. Both of us going back and forth like that, and that never works because immediately you're on the defensive because I do feel bad that I was doing something, but you're doing this to me and blah, blah, blah. What worked, what the level up was to try to get past the emotion first, and it takes a lot of soft punches to get there. Okay, so when we're talking about do the communication, it's not a magic key. You're not going to all of a sudden sit down with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your spouse of 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, your business partner, and just say, okay, I heard this show. I want to try this. So I'd like to talk to you about what I need. I need to blah, blah, blah. And you're coming from a good place. Don't expect that magic key to unlock the door and whoever you're talking to go, wow, I get that now because I need this. No, what will happen is as you're trying it, you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to say some things wrong, and you got to understand you're still hitting into their experience. So their experience has been, I'm not meeting that need, or I'm being blamed, or whatever you've set up with your partner, or whatever they've grown up with in their life, that's what you're going to hit. So it's those soft punches. There's going to be fights. There's going to be, okay. This obviously we don't want to fight. We want to talk. Let's stop. Let's back off. And you may actually shine a light on that you're in a situation you don't need to be in. I'm just watching your camera, sir.
Really? I'm
Yes, sir.
blowing my nose, and then I'm like, oh, look, I've turned down the microphone. I actually checked on my recording to see if it picked it up, and it did not pick it up. I'm like, oh, that's rude. I'm blowing my nose on camera. So I stood up, and I can see hanging out of the top of the lens, the hanky and everything. He's like, wiping on my nose. And, of course, right at that moment, you stopped talking.
I did.
So-
I did that on purpose, just because.
Thank you. That's the best.
Because now Mornet will take me off there and go, well, I need you to never, ever do that
Do that
again.
again. Charles is right. It is going to take a bit of practice because you'll find when you're in it, you'll be like, you'll take a couple of good steps. You'll say, well, I need this, and then as you start bantering back and forth, you'll kind of jump back into what you've done before. Well, yeah, but you don't, and then you're like, and then you kind of false start, and then you're like, well, this is actually what I need. It'll take practice, and if you both are doing it before you get angry, you set it up in a forum in which you can go, hey, look, we're gonna have this talk. Let's talk about this. What do you need?
Right.
Well, here, this is what I need. Actually, I've done this with my one of my Tortuga business partners, and I asked Ron. I said, what do you need more from me? And he goes, I need to communicate more. When I send an email out, when I send something out, be quicker with it. And this year, I've been working on that, and our relationship has improved because it wasn't him coming going, hey, man, you do this. I actually came to him and said, what do you need from me? And I came to him open. You got to be open about it.
Yeah.
Because if they say something you don't like and you get angry, you can ask yourself, why am I angry? Ask yourself, why is that hitting home for me?
Look at that. It circles right back around to help others be awesome.
What
Who saw that coming?
Madre de Dios.
Well, that's true. I was going to say be wary of the TV version of, well, what do you want out of this relationship? And they tell you, and then you're waiting for them to ask. Because what you're really wanting is to get your point out. Stop that. Stop that. If you ask somebody, what do you need from me, honestly mean, what do you need from me, like Morna did. You know, every time I ask that of my wife, I'm very, very scared of the answer because it's always something I don't want to do. Yeah, I'm not a big cleaner. I don't like to wash dishes. There's just stuff that'll happen when it needs to happen, but that's not how she rolls. And I know when the time is right, I go, well, baby, what do you need from me? And she'll say some version of basically the same thing. You've been doing good at this, but I need more of that. Okay, and I'll do it. And I'm not expecting her to ask me back, and she doesn't. So, because the honest question is, what do you need? And so be prepared for the answer, and be prepared to fully help somebody else without them helping you back. But what will happen is the paradigm will shift, and they will help you. Or maybe you'll just see how much they are helping you and giving you what you need.
Right. One of the good things that will happen here is you'll begin training yourself to anticipate what they need. Now, maybe you're doing this already, and you're like, oh, okay, they really need this, but I'm just gonna, I just want to sit on the couch and have a Coke. Yesterday, Christy had expressed to me that our downstairs area is kind of a mess, and one of the people that were the house that we're living in, they kind of said it kind of looks like an apartment down here, and I was like, why didn't you tell me this? And she said, I did about a week ago. I was like, and she got a little frustrated with the situation, not with me, with the situation. She goes, I'm going to start cleaning up, and I'm in the midst of doing work. It's like, okay, I'm creating, I'm Tortuga, Success Freaks, and I look at what she's doing, I'm like, this is what she would like from me. She'd like me to clean up my area a little bit. So I put everything on hold, and I did that. Did she say thank you later on? No. She didn't have to. This was something that I know, one of her love languages is acts of service. I straightened up, and you know what? I'm happier because I'm looking around like, this looks better. I'm glad I did this. So you will train yourself to anticipate your partner's needs. I mean, remember, help others be awesome isn't just for the world out there. It's also in the dynamic of your intimate relationship. The other is your partner, and by doing them favors, you're doing yourself a favor. So make sure you do that as well. Charles, is it time to do anything right now, or?
Yeah, actually, we need to tell everybody where they can find us.
I was gonna say, what do you need from me, Charles?
The list is too long for this 2 minutes.
All right. Anyway.
Hey, sometimes it's okay once you get to the point of meeting other people's needs. You go, so I just want to cook. I don't care. Break that heart. Yeah. I'm busy telling people where to find us. Of course, we talked about Facebook.com/Success Freaks. We've talked about Twitter @Success_Freaks. Brand new Patreon. Patreon.com/Success Freaks. You can help us help others be awesome. It's a really awesome thing to do. You have no obligations. You set it up. You change it at any point in time you want. We feel like we've given some awesome rewards there that will continue to give. This is an ongoing thing. It's not like Kickstarter where you pledge and you get one thing and you're done. It's an ongoing thing, so we kept everything low, and we kept the rewards that we think you would like. If you'd like to see something different, let us know. We haven't given that email out. It is contact@successfreaks.com. You can reach us. Where else can they find us, sir?
Well, if you like what we're giving to you here for free, then we're giving you a lot more in other areas as well. We have a book out, Success Freaks Guide to Dream Hunting, and you can find that at successfreaks.com/books. And it's on Kindle. You don't have to have a Kindle. It's an app that you can have on your cell phone or your tablet, and it's just like $4.99 for that. If you want to get a little bit more in depth with our messages here. Otherwise, all of our podcasts, all of our radio show stuff that we're giving you is for free. Of course, if you want a podcast to come right to you, find us on iTunes as well. So there you go.
Cool.
I think that's it. Is there anything else? Let's give another shout out to people from Gastonia, WGNC 1450. Thank you for listening to us every Thursday at 5 o'clock. We are glad that you stick it out, and we're just a little different than I was actually listening to the shows before and after. I'm like, we're a little different than what they have out there. So those of you who are enjoying what we're throwing out, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Take us home, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been R. Mordant Mon.
And I'm you just need to know what I need, Bear.
Ciao, success freaks. Boom, baby. You
Well,
with your needs.
I got thrown off for a second because I actually had and I'm the booger bear.
Oh, you
But
should have done it.
I realized that joke was off the podcast. It was in the before we started. So if I said that, they wouldn't understand the reference. Whereas here I just did it on the video, and until we cut it, you get the reference.
Right. I don't have
So
that.
yeah, I know, because it's a great joke, especially if you know the WKRP Cincinnati reference.
That's right. Dr. Johnny Fever?
Dr. Johnny Fever. All right. He made me want to do radio, so look where I am now. All right. So 10 minutes on the clock. I definitely have us an on beyond, and I guess we can get ready to go.
All right, take us in whenever you say.
All right, marker time. Welcome to On to Beyond Success Freaks, where we go bigger, badder, better, more, and to the topics of the evening. This particular episode is coming.
It's brought to you by Fat Albert.
Hey. Yes, it is. And where are we going with this? I don't know.
Oh,
So this episode, we're talking about saying what you want, and I want to be funny, so that was fun. We're gonna leave all that in, but I also want to go deeper into what we're saying. So we're saying what we want. More that you brought up something. You talked about mentioning needs to your business partner, mentioning needs to me, mentioning needs to you. Talking about Christy, I've talked about my wife. We've talked about these things. How, Mordant, do you resolve the help others to be awesome issue, the meeting the needs issue, when they conflict with your partners?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, okay, it's a very famous story.
Meeting your needs, my personal needs, when they conflict with my partners?
When your needs meet with what your partners want, or your partner, one partner, business partner, say, needs conflict with another business partner or a life partner. You know, one of my famous stories is when I ran the Bear Calling Nation. I had all these shows going on, and I'm meeting all their needs, and my actual needs weren't being met, but I thought they were because I saw a way of success there. And my wife, who was getting none of her needs met because I was busy all the time and constantly on the phone and everything, you know, she came to me and we had this struggle. It wasn't really a fight. It was just this hard conversation. Finally, I asked her, tell me what you want. And she said, fine, I want you to pick one. Pick one and stick with it. And when I finally got to the point of asking her that, I was ready to hear that. But it could have gone another way. It could have gone, you don't understand. And actually, that was the argument for a very long time, was you just don't understand what I'm doing. Because she doesn't. She didn't. She sees it more now. But at the time, she doesn't understand podcasting. She doesn't understand my vision of the future. And so there are times when I have to keep doing what I do, even when she can't see it, even when you can't see it, Morton, even when my other friends can't see it. I know where I'm going. There's certain times I have to keep going. But that was a time when it needs conflicted. How do you, Morton, handle when needs conflict?
Well, in my business relationship with the Tortuga Twins, it's something that we'll say to everybody who's out there, and if you want to start a group or whatever, have three. Have three in your group so that when, you know, there's somebody to break the tie. So that makes it easy for us, and we have a vote. Well, I vote this way, I vote this way. And you'll fight for your issue as long as you can, but once the vote is cast, if it comes to that, once the vote is cast, you have to let go. And respect, because later on the same thing's going to happen to them, and you know you'll get your way with that. Now, when it comes to your some other thing that you're involved with, again, you're responsible for your own happiness, your own life experience. If it's something that's unconscionable to you, this may be a time where it's not going to work anymore. And you have to come to that realization. There's also the sacrifice. You know, like you said, what you were doing for the Bear Crawling Nation, it's like, well, I had a vision for the future, and you weren't getting your needs met, so you sacrificed for a while because you saw the success that was going to come from that. Now, once that, you know, tipped the scales the other way, you were like, this is my relationship. We're done here. So you have to evaluate what's more important to you. You know, and in the long run, not just an immediate knee-jerk reaction, but you have to ask yourself, why do you want that? You know, go back to your why. Why do I want this thing? You know, why is it just because I have to have my way and I have to be right, or do I really see something? You know, there's the story of when I was directing the Human Chess Match, which is a choreographed chess match that we did at the Renaissance Festival, and when people play pieces, one piece lands on another, they don't automatically get it. They have to do a choreographed fight. Well, with the story that I was doing, the one show that I was doing, one guy had like 4 or 5 fights, and everybody's like, that's not fair. Well, first of all, he's a better fighter. Second of all, you don't see the story that I'm putting on here. You see the fights. And the first day that we actually did the show, people came up to me and went, oh, I get it now. I'm like, yeah, it made for a better story. I saw the bigger picture. And that's what sometimes you have to do it that way.
That was a very interesting thing, going back to what I said in the main show about there's soft punches, there's fights. You said it in a specific way of a theatrical show is you don't see the bigger story, you just see the fights. As we're going through this, as I went through this with my wife and everybody around me, but that was the most important factor there, was all either one of us could see at the time with the fights. We could not see the bigger story of where we are now. So, but we said what we wanted, and that's going to be my next question to you. We said what we wanted. We want us to be happy. We know we're going to be together, so if fighting is the rest of our life, it's the rest of our life. But we know we deserve more. We want to be happy. So we made it through the fights. We found new ways to talk. We got through the choreography of life and got to a better place, and we're still working on it. So, Morten, I throw this to you for our audience to listen. What do you want?
As far as what?
As far as everything.
Bigger, better, more.
Say what you want.
I want to touch the world. I would like to see Success Freaks grow to a global thing. Last night I did a coaching session with somebody and actually had some headway. She had a number of aha moments, and it made me feel very good. I want to be able to do that on a grander scale. I want to, do what I do right now, but on a bigger scale. I like, performing with Tortuga Twins. I like doing Success Freaks here and helping people be awesome. I want to do that on a bigger scale. I want to touch the world. I've used the expression before. In 1990, J.K. Rowling began writing Harry Potter, and in 10 years, she touched the world. That's what I want to do. I want to affect people for the better because it makes me feel good. I basically, and that's ultimately why we do a lot of stuff. Even if it's denying yourself, even if it's sacrifice, because on some level that makes you feel good to be that person. And I want to grow into this. I want to grow into the kind of person who is able to do this on a global scale, to help others be awesome, to affect change in their lives and my life, because I've become a better person by doing this. Not a perfect person, definitely not a perfect person. But moving step by step closer to awesome, and I want to have a fun life. I want it to be a little more easy. I want there to be more magic in my life. I want things to, with the law of attraction, to begin appearing. And if I have to learn to work harder to do that, and yet be more social, because that's what I think I'm being taught to do. I have to be more social. Then so be it. That's what I want. Does all this make sense?
In a general way. And only you can answer that question. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
All right. So as you were talking, I had this idea of a new exercise for Success Freaks. If you really want to change your life, if you want to know that you're going to where you want, ask others around you. And Morten, you and I need to do this week and come back next week and report at the beginning of the show what we found. But ask other people. What do you think? When you hear me talk, when you've been around me for a while, what do you think I want out of life? What do you think I want? And see what they say. Because I think what's going to be interesting if they say to us separately something that we don't think we want, that they're not getting the picture, then we're obviously not doing something right. But if they come back to us and say, what triggered was Hugh, my good friend Hugh was here last week. And many years ago, we did a show together, and I always had this grander vision. And while he didn't get the grand vision, he always hit the nail on the head. Because there was one thing I was always true to, which was he told me a long time ago, you want to speak, you just want to talk and get paid for it. That's what you want to do. You want to talk to people and get paid for it. I went, you know what? That's a great, simple sum of what I want to do. Now, right. I see much deeper things of it, but there's been times in my life that wasn't true. where I thought that's what I wanted, but my actions told other people I wanted something differently. So if I were to ask them, they would have said something different at the time. So I'm curious. I've got a few people in mind that I'm going to call up and say, hey, what do you think I want in life? When you meet me, when you talk to me, when you're exposed to me, just off the top of your head, what do you think I want? And let them come back.
And when you're figuring out, what you want in life, I think the next question is, okay, what are you doing about it? What are you gonna do about it? Well, I want this and this and that. Just like you want to speak and get paid for it. And the first thing that popped in my head, well, what are you doing about it? And I know you are doing things, but I'm posing this at the listeners. When you discover what it is you want and you get more specific with it, are you doing something about it? Are you taking a step, each day? What? What?
What? So success freaks out there. That's what we're gonna call you. You're our little success freaks. We want you to grow up and be awesome. So we're gonna help you get there. What do you want? Go and ask your friends. Go and ask the people around you what they think you want. And we'd love to hear from you on Facebook this week, or Twitter, or email. Let us know. Maybe we can make a whole show of this next week.
3 people.
3 people. Yeah. I thought you meant 3 people are listening. No, yes. Ask 3 people. Also thought you said we had 3 seconds, and then you said 1 second, but it's the wrong finger for one. I don't understand, sir. No, Morton doesn't do that. Not when we can prove it, anyway. So that's it for the show this week. Come back and let us know what you found that people said you wanted. Maybe we can make a whole episode out of this on the next one. So I don't know. For Success Freaks, I'm Charles McFall.
This is R. Morton Mon. Ciao, Dream Hunters. Boom, baby. We ran a little long on that one.
Yeah, just a touch. But that's the one we can fudge a little bit and run a little long on. And that's when it gets hard cut if it needs to be.
All right, I'm going to stop the... You want to unmute Angie?
I don't. She unmutes herself.
Oh,
she has the power.
Who got the power?
It's always been you. Always.
I don't think she's even paying attention right now. All right,
I thought you went back to sleep.
Stopping, save all.
Screw you guys. I'm going back to sleep.
I'm here. I was on the other side of the house.
Where's Cannonball? Oh, that's Cannonball.
What'd you think of the show, babe?
The part I caught was good. I still don't know the name of the show, though.
Say what you want.
Say what you want.
I did. I asked you what the name of the show was.
What the title? Do you want to do the teaser real quick? Because I've got a... Oh, yeah, we have time.
Do I need to record?
No. It'll be fine. Let me get this set real quick, and we'll do that. The whole damn time, I meant to even mention it in the show just to put the earbud in somebody else's ear, but the whole time through the show, I'm hearing that pop song, Say What You Want to Say. And it's a great song with such a sound to it that I'm just... All right, let me pull up my track here. How's it sound through Google Plus there, Angie?
It sounds good. Sounds real good. You're fixing to do the teaser, so I went ahead and muted myself.
That's fine.
My thing's being weird.
What?
Sounds like a personal problem.
It's not. It's okay. Render one file, master mix, stems, and then
not master mix. It's not master mix. It's the stems.
I know it's on stems, but then render went away. It says change, save changes, and close.
No. Click the track. Make sure the track itself is highlighted.
It's not.
It'll have a gold box around it.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
Yeah, when you're doing the selected tracks with stems with whatever, you have to actually select a track.
All right, let me try that. Okay, it says render one file, and I do stems, and it stayed the same. Okay. File name. Okay, it's fine. All right, render. There we go. All right, let's do it.
All right. It's recording, so just jump in.
Welcome to Success Freaks number 166. Say what you want.
Where, ladies, we tell you how to get your man to do what you want him to do.
And men, we tell you how to get out of the doghouse, just like you want to do, by using your words and saying what you actually want.
Say that again.
And men, we teach you how to get out of the doghouse by using your words and saying exactly what you want as well.
And then we answer the question, what is the right job for me? All this coming up next.
All coming up next on Success Freaks. Let's do another one. That was lame.
Okay.
You ready?
All right. I'm ready.
Welcome to Success Freaks number 166. Say what you want.
Where, ladies, we tell you how to get what you want out of your man.
Teaching you to use your words with your most intimate person, with your friends, with your family. And men, yes, we even teach you how to get out of the doghouse as well, because we teach you how to listen.
And we answer the question, what is the right job for me? Like we could really answer that question.
Also giving you more emphasis on stating what you want versus what you don't want. This is going to really help you in your life and day-to-day stuff.
Is this how this is more?
Wah, wah. Welcome to episode number 166, Say What You Want, where I show Charles what it's like to have a new hairdo.
And we answer the question, what is the right job for me?
We're teaching you how to use your words, actually asking for what you want out of life instead of just doing that thing where, well, they should know.
All this coming up next.
There you go. Maybe somewhere in there you got something. I don't know.
Yeah, you do the whole and or instead. It's like just point. And you're like, we teach you to use your words. Instead of not using the words where your woman comes in and she yells at you, and then you're in trouble. It's like, dude, it's a
Welcome to Success Freaks, number one.
I stopped recording.
Oh, screw you, bastard.
No, I don't want to do it. I'll hit record again.
No, you don't need to. Are you doing it?
Yes, it's recording.
Welcome to Success Freaks number 166. Say what you want.
Where we teach you, damn it, you screwed me up now. Where we answer the question, what is the right job for me?
And we're teaching you to use your words when you want to express what you really want out of life.
All this coming up next.
Boom, baby.
If you didn't have that damn Pavlov trigger on all the listeners, it'd be like, done. No more boom, baby. I will boom your baby.
Do I need to save this project? Do I need to save this project? Yeah, what the hell?
Well, that ended up being a cool screen capture. I'm laughing. On the Google Plus page where it freezes our video, I'm like laughing hard. It's actually kind of funny. All right. It is time for me to eat. And I got a thing at 2. Did you say everything you wanted to say? Did you get your words out?
Yeah.
So the possibility is maybe people will listen to this week and actually try it and come back, and maybe they won't. But we should at least ask 3 people around us what they think we want in life, and we'll have at least an opening segment to report on.
Yep, sounds good. Sorry, I was looking at something.
All right, I can stop this